So 64 years of age, 1960, if you look at it, run round up to this present moment, it has been a longer time and a lot of water has passed under the bridge. By 1960, we gained our independence, not fully independent, not until 1963. When we have a republic, then we refuse to tie on the apron of the British, meaning that we can do many things on our own. Notwithstanding, immediately in 1960, we begin to have series of institutions across the, academic institutions across the regional system. The first of its kind was the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, that was established in 1960, followed by University of Ibadan and Ahmadu Bello University. This has cut across the geopolitical zone of Nigeria then. And if you look at the importance of institution is to breed people that will be able to stand firm to run your own affair as an independent nation. Probably that is why that has come up, and you can count the numbers of universities we have now. And apart from that, we have our First Republic, Second Republic, and the Third Republic. Along the line, there was military intervention within the space. And in the First Republic, you can see the effort of the likes of Sardauna, Chief Obafemi Awolowo, Nnamdi Azikiwe. What they have done, the template has been what everybody follow. Even to the Second Republic, when we have the UPN, MPN that are mostly reigning among the political party then, and you can see the political ideology of the MPN then on the issue of Alhaji Shehu Shagari housing estate. And if you look at it across Nigeria, then you can see many, even in Kwara State here, you can still see the housing estate there at Kule there. That is what is operating. And if you look at the UPN, they have been operating on free education within their own regional system, and that has helped a lot of them to have gotten an advantage in the aspect of free education. The aborted Third Republic will not take longer, but that is where you have our present president, who happen to be a member of National Assembly now, Chairman House Committee on Printing and Minting then. That is President Ahmed Bola Tinubu during the era of the aborted Third Republic. But the longest republic since 1999 is the one we are in now. And you cannot compare democracy with anything in the world. Any time or any type of government, you can compare democracy. Democracy is so superb that an individual within the nation will be able to express their mind. And within the scope of that 1999, if you couple it either as an individual or as a group, Nigeria have also achieved a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, we can look at it from the sport arena. You can see as a group, Nigeria have showcased themselves at the international level in terms of any sport you talk across the world. And if you look at the Nollywood, you can see a lot of them. Entertainment, God bless you. You can see a lot of them there. And the education we are talking, we spoke about, if you look at it, right from independent as an individual, one cannot forget the likes of Chino Achebe achievements in literature, Professor Wole Soyinka, and you can name a lot of them in the aspect of education and literature. Exactly. And if you talk of music, an individual have showcased themselves, the likes of Burna Boy, the world map. You can see Davido, Wizkid, majority of them have done. Asake, God bless you, have done a lot of things. So Nigeria have done things that are so remarkable, and as a nation, we have even intervened in many regional systems. We can't forget Nigeria activities in the apartheid South Africa. We did it in Gambia, and as a group, as a Nigeria group, a nation that showcased itself among the neighboring states as a group, we can't forget the effort of ECOWAS during the military era, and even the AU, Africa Union. Nigeria has emerged remarkably there, and ECOMOG, we did a lot of things. So these are part of the achievements we have gotten, notwithstanding, we still have an area of improvement that are so numerous. Probably, if you allow me to say something about that.
Well, because of time, we would like to do justice to both wings. I appreciate the fact that you are able to reel out some of the success stories of Nigerian state. So far, so good. That no matter how we look at the country today, no matter the state of the economy or the nationhood or the governance or governance
and levels of improvement.
So we still have a lot to say about, you know, how far we have gone, and I really, really appreciate that you actually you speak to all these some sectors that are key and vital, even within and on the international stage. However, I know that if we begin to look at this, it will look like, okay, we are here to glorify the nation. And assessing the country, a nation like this, it would help us, or it will take us nowhere if we begin to say, oh, so you know, when you have a child and you keep saying, oh, without really pointing to where he or she needs to, needs to improve upon. Now, I want you to look at, let's take them one after the other. I appreciate the fact that you mentioned, you know, the era from different republics where those that are forming the leadership of the country today really, really benefited from the educational system of those days. What has gone wrong? Where have we, you know, made it, I don't know, so low on the area of education that it becomes so expensive today that not even a middle class people can afford. So how do we get that kind of system back?
Honestly, the major thing, which is the grassroots, that is taking us to where we are in terms of education, backwardness, and some other vices, is corruption and nothing more. Because a situation where an individual see themselves as members of the country, but not having the seal of improving the country. You can see the series of corruption that has gone on at the international level, perpetrated by Nigeria. You look at the Alibotin scandal, a lot of billions of money was wasted. The Siemens, also Malabu, and a lot of it. Billions of naira gone. Then within Nigeria, at an internal area, you can see series of corruption that has been going. And putting it that way, public activities will now become private issues. And that is why you see some people who swing away a lot of money building a private universities for themselves. And most of this money belongs to the public. And majority of them benefited from the free education and what have you, and a situation they finish from university, job will be waiting for them. And everything has been bastardized simply because of the corruption that now make public issues to become private issues. So
public issues turning into private issues, and that's agreeing to the fact that some people said that some, you know, a group of individuals will steal public funds to establish private businesses and complain of mismanagement there. Now, is it possible, do you see this coming to reality again, that at the point in time in the country we can still have that free education back? Now we're at 64. Actually. Okay, so Nigeria is retiring. Indeed, so how do we get something like that back? Do you think it is possible?
Nigeria, because we are prayerful and we normally inform ourselves to be optimistic about various situations. But the reality is that even if we are going to get it, it might be very difficult with this kind of system and notion that we embark upon.
All right.
Cheating individual and not being sincere with ourselves. You can see some people will have their how do I put it, their brothers or people from their community as a political head. They will not benefit anything from that person. At the end of the day, if the person is being found wanting for one evil perpetration or the other, you see the religion leader, the socio-cultural from that angle coming up that it is our people, let him continue. And we say Nigeria is one. On what purpose? So if we continue like that, honestly,
we might not
going back to free education might be difficult because, like I said, public issue has become a private matter, and later it will now becoming a religious of a thing and cultural of activities without achieving anything on the aspect of free education.
Thank you. I want us to be able to maximize this time. Now, a part of the success stories of Nigerian nationhood is the fact that in those days we used to brag about the maybe the pyramid of the maybe groundnut pyramid, the oil boom. I mean, I'm talking about the palm oil exporting of cocoa. I used to hear about Olowo cocoa in those days. We don't hear anything about those things again. So let us look at agricultural sector. How do you think this country can be revolutionized economic-wise, via the mechanized and agriculture?
God bless you, my brother. You see, that is the area we refuse to look at, and we are having series of backwardness in time of internal production. Because if you look at the Nairametrics that just took place of recent, by looking at the poverty rate of Nigeria, the CBN look at it that probably interest rates will be increased from to 27.25.
Okay.
Meaning that if you want to borrow for any business, your interest rates are to increase. Now, without power, energy to power your small scale industry, whatever borrow you made, what do you venture to? So agriculture should be the next focus. And if you look at the tiers of government, federal, state, and local, we have neglected agriculture. An individual Nigeria that ventured into mechanized farming could not get most of implement is supposed to, lean at an interest rate from either of the government. And the issue of kidnapping did not allow people to even go to the interior for farming activities. So if the federal state government have taken the agricultural of 18 as a huge project, honestly, we're going to have a bomber harvest. An issue of bigger money purchasing few items will have been reduced to a greater extent, meaning that whatever money is coming on agriculture should not be a political distribution, because we have a lot of political farmers.
Political farmers.
Exactly.
Okay. It shouldn't be political.
Farmers. The real farmers should benefit from the World Bank loan, from the CBN loan on agriculture.
Correct.
In a situation you have it, you target the right people, there will be a bomber harvest and agricultural will be enhanced.
Thank you. Now, October 1st is around the corner. There is imminent possibility of cabinet reshuffle. So, what do you want to say about that? And which portfolio do you think needs rejig?
Honestly, without going far, there are a lot of them, but I think that of defense is paramount.
Okay.
Then the one we have just spoken about, agriculture. What has the ministry been doing? Federal University of Agriculture is supposed to have been enhanced on series of research through that particular ministry. The states and the federal government supposed to embark on mechanized farming. So that ministry should be looking at.
Okay.
Then the blue marine, or what do they call the one where you have the former governors of Osun State, Oyetola. What has they been doing in that sector since all these days? We've not gotten anything. Minus the Ministry of Interior that is coming up with series on youth development and also digital. Minus those ministries that are coming with series of initiatives. I think we should forget about region and political patronage before we look at somebody that is fitting in a particular post.
Thank you. So, now, when I was carrying out the an interview for the background report of this this session, I spoke with a colleague of mine, Abdurazak Aila Began, we call him Mensa, the CEO of Just Event, and he spoke to sincerity of purpose when I asked about governance. So what do you say about this with respect to still cabinet? When we've started having it from the time of Buhari, for a president of the nation to hold a very powerful ministerial position of Minister of Petroleum, you understand? And then when the presidency is coming to tell us that, oh, be patient, or things are hard, in a couple of years, things will be normal. Now, people have lost interest. I mean, how do I say it? Hope. Confidence, hope, or people don't trust, anything from government again. How do we revive that sincerity of purpose in whatever they say? Yeah,
I think firstly, the numbers of ministers needs to be reduced.
Okay.
We are having about 48 of them. Okay. We have 36 states, at least one from each state. I will always said it to Alhaji Sehu Sagari the other time, that what was he doing with 25 ministers? 19 ministers, because then we were having 19 states. That for him, if he happened to be the president, he's going to have 6 ministers, and the whole of 6 ministers will qualify to be president of the nation at the end of the day. The fewer the merrier. In a situation you have more people, you will not be able to perform. Minus reducing the numbers of the ministers, I think this issue of petroleum, you look at it that there is a conflicting of issues there. Now we said we have NNPC air, and it's a limited liability that can be sued. It's no more in the hand of the federal government, and that is why they are purchasing crude from Dangote. And now you are having a sitting president who happen to be minister of petroleum. You can see the conflicting issue. Minus that, if we have a separate somebody who happen to be a minister, then the issue of performance appraisal that were being signed by each of the minister will have been able to be x-ray. Are you going to call the president after traveling to many things and sign many documents? You now tell him as a minister of petroleum that he has not been performing? Who will do that appraisal? So I think he need to relieve that position. He should not tailor what President Muhammad Buhari have done that we couldn't get much results, and they should be able to focus the rational aspect of PMS in the country.
Okay, so in one word about trusting what is coming from the government, when they say when they come out to tell us, oh, be patient, you know, sincerity on the part of our leaders.
I think we need to tell them to translate their action into reality. A lot of giving hope to Nigeria without getting what we are expecting, honestly, that is not too good. And we want them to change the course of action. Look at the ministerial cabinet that is about the sovereignty. They have been going about giving us lecture that they want to. We are expecting them to just come overnight, put up irrational people that work for Nigeria. So enough of talk. We need action. We need action. Yeah.
Adeola Adeyanju, public affairs analyst, has been giving his voice on matters around Nigeria, assessing the Nigeria nationhood. All right, this is where we will put a pause on that discussion to usher in the entertainment segment of Morning Safari. Stay with us.